Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, this is our ongoing meditation session, and be comfortable yourself and relax your body. So keep your back straight and head straight in one line and your right palm on your left, and gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take few minutes to understand how this meditation practice will help for us to develop our conventional life, and at the same time, out of that conventional development, how we can gain the spiritual success. So always you have to remember, as practitioners, we never deny, resist this conventional life. You have to more and more need to understand and accept and open to conventional life, but still not to clinging to it. So the conventional life is the very reality in this very moment, with our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, and around us with objects, and at the same time with our body and mind, and body, mind, and matters. But still, this anything is not permanent. Even though it is not permanent, we are responsible to accept it, respect it, maintain it, be with it. And at the same time, not to hold it to it. So this is a kind of like a skill that we have to develop. In another way, that your spirituality means kind of like the way you maintain your physical and mental behavior. And out of this behavior, you need to gain the success. So the here success means not accumulating more and more and more. Here success means you have to gain the freedom. So how you know about the freedom? You have to look into yourself and see, are you can live without depending from somebody or something, anybody or anything. And at the same time, Are you allow other people to live themselves without depending on you? So they are both way. You are not depending from others and others not depending from you. Because sometimes we keep our freedom, but at the same time, we keep our hierarchy and authority, and we don't allow others to be free. You always want others to become followers of us. So that's not going to become freedom. So then both ways, look into yourself. Even as a husband, wife, children, friends, and family members, you look into yourself and see, are you finding your freedom? So that is your success. And physically in that, another thing is within ourselves. That is within us and outside world. And another freedom, and you have to look into yourself, within yourself. So what is that freedom? So you have to become free from your own emotional barriers. So that is not easy. Because sometimes we build our life through our emotions. And it's kind of like we call as our passion. So nothing wrong with that. But if you become biased to it, if you're not capable to manage and transform your emotions to intelligence, you become debtors to your emotions. That is another freedom. And then next one is mental formations, habitual patterns from your own history, from your own blueprint. So from your own DNA, sometimes carrying certain kind of patterns, methods, lifestyle. So then you have to be free from that also. How you can do? When you become conscious, you can become free from it. As you know, this mindful practice will help you to completely rebuild your DNA and gain a very brand new blueprint and become completely new person. So this all. Another thing is, another one, mental formation. So now remember, the freedom, this all belong to the success, one word. So freedom within yourself, you become free from outside world become free from you. The next freedom, you have to be free from emotional barriers. The next one, you have to become free from cankers, mental formations, these mental patterns, sanskara. The fourth one, you have to become free from the karma. Because we exist because of the karma. That is the underneath, the very layer that holds this everything. And still, when you become conscious, you are capable to create new karma rather than reacting to your old karma. So you are capable, out of your bodily, verbally, mentally actions, you can develop brand new actions related to loving kindness, compassion, generosity, and wisdom, rather than repeating or responding to the greed, hatred, or the delusion. So when you become free from that old four pillars, that is what called the real success that you gain. But most of time what happens, rather than becoming free from that, we think that as success, we gaining, we hold into, we go into, and we are depending from others and others depending from us, and then we think, oh, it is success. And we are more and more and more become emotional, and then we think it is kind of like a success. And we bring more and more and more thoughts, patterns to us, then we believe it's kind of like a success. We are accumulating more and more and more karma, then we think it's kind of like a success. No? So then now you have to remember, basically, before you come to meditation, so you should know this difference. It's in day-to-day life that you always have to focus to that. Each and every moment, you have to take conscious decisions to change this pattern, change this behavior, change these reactions. In that way, every day you gain some kind of freedom that will allow you to grow. That the growth means you develop the very strong flexibility and adaptivity inside you. That is why you can feel it. You can know yourself. You can experience it yourself, how this growth happened yourself. So then you are not hold it to your past. You are not hold it to situations. And you are capable to see the consequences and the reasons, the cause, and you are capable to move forward. And then the journey itself become part of your wisdom. But now what we do, we develop all these accumulations and then we believe that wisdom will come to us. No, the wisdom is a result. You have to walk in this path. And when it comes to that, it's a skill that you always have to develop. So there are 3 skills, basically every day with your bodily, verbally, mentally actions, always you have to perform. Is before you come to meditation, to develop the background, create a platform. What are those 3 things? Today we are going to look into that. So it is kind of like a skills that you have to develop. We know we talk about profitable skills. And this is how we are. It's called Aya Kausalya. So the Kausalya means the skill, profitable skills. So Aya Kausalya means you have to have the very first step. You have to have ability not to gain things, but to reduce the strength of your desires or the mental formations. So it's kind of like a get out of yourself that a lot of unnecessary things. That's the first quality you have to remember. Not to gain, not to gain, not to gain. Aya Kausalya. So it's kind of like a day-to-day life. And in many ways, so whatever you do, with each and every action, reduce the power of the greed, hatred, and the delusion, little by little, little by little, little by little. And you have to have the effort. This is where you have to put the effort. And there was a thief. So he thought, and it's kind of like every day he thinking, he want to give up this. He got tired about it. But even he go to sleep at night, in dreams he go and stealing things. So it was bothering to him now. He always, when he sees something, he want to take it. So then he went to a monk and asked, Bhante, please help me. I want to get out of this habit because I have a habit to stealing things. So what I can do, because when I can't stop it, whenever I see something, I just try to get it. It's naturally happened to me. Now it's became a habit. Please help. So then the monk told, okay. So what you can do first, when you're stealing something, you put back little bit for the owner. Rather than taking everything, you go and you take things, whatever, but you put something back to the person. It's kind of like a giving back. Taking, but still giving back. The thief thought, oh, that's good. Why? Because still I can keep stealing, and at the same time I can practice good. You know? So on the way, he heard the news in the palace, king's palace. There are some diamonds. He thought, oh, now, I know how to, be good. Why? Now I am practicing something to become good, but still I can steal also. So what he did at night, he was waiting to get into the palace. So that day in the evening, king, wearing like a normal person, and came to the city, because in that time, king had a habit to go around the city and see how the people live, not like today, because he used to provide the facilities and the protection to the people as a service, not stealing from people. But today the government mean most of time taking from people. So somehow, so the king saw this guy, at night under the tree. So maybe he thought there's a poor person, or maybe he having a problem, or kind of like that. He went to this guy, this thief, and start to have a friendly discussion. So by the time, within very, few minutes, they became very good friends. And then the thief told a story about it. And the king asked, what? Tell me about you. And he told, my friend, this is my story. I'm a thief. But I don't like that. I want to stop this, but I can't. Whatever I see, is naturally, I go and steal this. Even at night, I go to sleep, but middle of the night, I wake up and go stealing something. So then I got tired, but I want to get out of this. I went to see the monk, and he gave me a good technique. The king asked, what he told? He told me, so you steal whatever, but give something back. So then what are you doing here? Or today, I'm going to go inside the palace, and then I'm going to take some diamonds. If you want to join with me, you can come, and I can give something to you also. And the king also was want to see, what is this? He said, yeah, I want to come. And middle of the night, he entered to the palace with the king. Now king behind him. So what he did, he went to exactly to the right place and opened the place, and took all the diamonds. Now king watching. And then, oh, I'm going to practice something now new. But is that rather than taking everything, I'm going to give something back. What he did, he took all the diamonds, but put one diamond back to the king and telling to, oh, this, I am giving back to the king. Like a giving dana, generosity. And the king was watching, and they came back, and he gave something for king also, and told, I live in that place. Now you are my friend, partner. If you need any help, let me know. So then they went. By the morning, what happened? Everybody is shocked. And the news went around, somebody entered to the palace and took all the diamonds. And then what happened? The king called all the ministers and asked what happened. No one knew. what happens? And then king called the treasury and told, you go and check and give me a report what is lost, what happened, how much we lost. So the minister went there and started to search everything. And then he knew all the diamonds gone. But he found one diamond. And he thought, oh, all the diamonds gone. This is only one diamond. So no one knows there is one diamond. And what he did, he took it and put it in his pocket. But the king knew there is one diamond should be there. Why? Because last night the king was there. And the minister came and told, oh, all the diamonds lost. King asked, are you sure? Well, of course, I check everything. And then again and again, and even the king also went there because king knew there is one diamond here that guy put back. And everything checked, still he couldn't find. And then again the king or the command to others to check the treasury. And then they found out one diamond in his pocket. So this is called, this two things, the Aya Kausalya and the next one called Apaya Kausalya. So Apaya Kausalya means you should know what is unprofitable, what you should not do. You have to have that wisdom. It's like playing a game. When you play games, you have to learn rules. Without knowing rules, if you try to play the game, maybe you are a very skillful player, but still, if you break the rules, you out. So then you can't tell, I don't know. Even in any country, any law, it is not an excuse, just not knowing the law. No. It is your responsibility to know what you should not do. So in the life also the same, Dharma also the same. Basically, in our mind the same, our thought the same. We should know what we should think and what we should not think. So look that the thief had the ability and the effort to start to do something good, even though he is bad. Even though he is bad, he had the effort to become good. That is what called Aya Kausalya. So see that little effort the very next day made him a better person. And even though the treasury, he used to live with this everything. He was inside the palace and he worked to the king. He had the ability to go here and there. But the little unprofitable skill destroyed his life. See that two things. Even though you are a bad person, if you have the effort to do something good, it will uplift you. Because then later the king called the thief in front of everybody. King appreciate the thief because the effort that he having. And in front of everybody, king criticized the treasury. Even though he had so much skills, the position, abilities, still this one diamond he took. So this is about our life. This is the story about our life. So then always remember yourself. When you have ability to do something good, never miss that chance. And sometimes ourselves, we come to a point to do unprofitable things, bad things. Don't do at that time. Take a conscious decision. I'm not going to do this. For that very moment, maybe it's a very little thing. Your mind start to tell it's a little bit, just do it, don't worry. Kind of like the mind start to tell you and push you towards that. But remember, I'm not going to do it. Take that effort. It's not simple to get out of this bad habits. You have to have so much effort, energy, strength, will, effort to push yourself to the edge, not to do it. So, but still you can do it little by little, little by little, once you hear like this and know how this works. So I Kausalya, and reduce the power of this mental formations, and Apaya Kausalya, know yourself that all the improfitable things and what you should not do. And the next one called Upaya Kausalya. So Upaya Kausalya means remember in our life, the most of time we have very preconditioned mind. And we hope things will happen the way we want, but it's not going to happen like that. So Upaya Kausalya means you always have the adaptivity and flexibility yourself to go with the flow rather than resisting, rather than rejecting, rather than fighting with the situation. You become more flexible and you develop your critical analytical understanding and adapt to the situation and merge with the environment. So that is what called Upaya Kausalya. So for that also you have to have the strength, skill, ability, will, power. So otherwise you can't do it. You have to have so much energy. Because always otherwise we go with the way we think, we want. And we like when things happen the way we think, but life not going to happen like that. As you know, your heartbeat go up and down like this, like this. Heartbeat not going to go like this. If it is go like this, you dead. Like the stock market, always up and down, the economy, So if it is go like this, it's dead, collapse. So like that, your life also, always remember, don't expect things to be like this. No, 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 no. It's always up and down, up and down. So then develop the flexibility and adapt to the situation. Like how the ship or the boat and move with the waves. It is a skill. And keep the awareness without getting biased to certain ideas, pattern, methods, believing system, following system, any culture, religion. So you take the actions rather than reacting, you respond according to the necessary cause and conditions in that environment. And according to the necessary cause and conditions, not the way you want. That adaptivity, that flexibility is called Upaya Kausalya. It's another way, it's kind of like using the tactics. Using your old skills without becoming biased to your habitual patterns. So these three skills, before you come to meditation, or before you go into kind of like any spiritual path, as a background, as a foundation, you have to have. This should be your attitude. This should be your foundation. So in that way, you will see every day, little by little, little by little. So whatever the situation, then you have the ability to harness with it rather than resisting, fighting. Because the fighting, resisting, rejecting is itself called the suffering. So whatever happens around you with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, you are open to the world and you're ready to be with the world, you're ready to accept it. But you are the one who ready to adapt to the situation rather than trying to convert it to the way you want. No. So then it is you become kind of like a formless person. That is where your egocentric, self-centered mind dissolve, disappear. But still you become a person to experience things. And once it becomes a skill, always it make you kind of like a person see the opportunities around you. And you are capable to bring and do any kind of situation, to transform, to make it better, to uplift yourself and develop your own profitable skills. So then, little by little, be very clear within yourself and practice. Because listening and understanding give you a kind of like idea, but still, when you practice and learn and absorb it, you become with it, give you a completely different way of understanding. That is where you're going to see the very beauty of the Dharma. The nectar that you experience, sweetness of the Dharma you experience when you practice it, when it comes through you. So it is an open invitation for yourself to have it. Because if you can do that way, that is the best that you can gain to yourself. So then remember, success means you gain the freedom. The freedom has 4 pillars. You become free from others, physically, materially, person or the things, and you have to make other people also free from you. That is one thing. And you have to be free from your emotions. And you have to transform it to intelligence. Another thing is, you have to be free from the karma also. And so it's a effort every day that you have to take. And you have to be free from mental formations or your habitual pattern or your blueprint, your DNA, your history that you carry from your family, from your blood. Don't take it to the forward. Because most of time as human beings, through our bloodlines, what we have? Anger, hatred, jealousy. You never heard any bloodline carry generosity. You born with the generosity. You want to be generous to the world. No. You never heard that any bloodline carry compassion. No. Everybody born with the anger. Look at the world. Nations, they born to fight. They want to kill. They're born with anger. So, and the most of the bloodline born with the ignorance, very difficult to even, teach them very simple human ethics. They don't ready to accept that anything. And the most of bloodlines carry disease. And the most of the bloodlines carry unprofitable skills. So that's why don't become a vehicle yourself. This generations to generations carry this negativity through your bloodlines. Don't give it to your children. Don't give the anger, hatred, jealousy to the children. Look at the world. That is what we see. That is what we see. So then you are responsible as a human being in 2023. What you give to your next generation, what you give to your children, what you give to your grandchildren, what you give to your next future generations. Anger, hatred, jealousy, ignorance. So maybe you say, no, I'm not going to do that. So, but still, if it is in your blood, what are you going to do? Because then they're born with it. And disease, some people born with the cancer cells, high blood pressure, it's a family thing, sugar, it's a family thing, some other disease, leukemia. So many things that we carry, and we don't know what we carry here, underneath this skin. We don't know from our ancestors what we bring here. But still, when you become very conscious, mindful, and take conscious decision, you are capable to completely erase that old things and become a very brand new person. And give that gift to your children. With the compassion, loving kindness, generosity, you take very conscious decisions. And as a free person, give that freedom to your children, your grandchildren, next generations. That is what we need. Not the anger, because this is enough. This human history, enough. We suffered because of the anger. We suffered so much because of the hatred. And more than anything else, behind the religions, behind this all wisdom, we suffered. This human existence suffered so much because of the ignorance. And a lot of parents, every day they suffered because children are ignorant. There are a lot of children suffered because parents are ignorant. There are a lot of people suffered because the leaders are ignorant. There are a lot of leaders suffers because people are ignorant. So like that, this ignorance comes from bloodlines. Be careful then. And then develop your skills through three kind of skills. It's called I Kausalya. And reduce the power of this mental formations, the desires, and take out all the unnecessary things from you and try to develop goodness in you. Remember that story. Thief went to the monk and told the story. And Apaya Kausalya, know all the rules regarding negativity and what you should not do. And Upaya Kausalya, and have the ability to develop the flexibility and adaptivity within yourself, merge with any situation and harness with the situation. Kind of like a bee like water. Don't resist, don't reject, don't wrestling with any situation. You adapt to it. You surrender to it. You open to welcome any situation. And rather than repeating what you want, rather than holding this preconditioned mind, rather than holding to your plan, you always have the ability to take your best conscious decision according to necessary cause and conditions in that environment to bring the goodness to you and goodness to others. So if you can maintain that, by the time you will experience something beyond these words. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line and be comfortable with your posture. So bring attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Supatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. So all the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. If your mind go here and there, bring it back again and again. Do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, the stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. Your left side. To your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dharma and the Sangha. Also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya dhamma anudhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi Addaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribunjissami Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Blessing.